Welcome Insiders to Tech Inside, I'm your host Eric. So this past week Google I/O happened. Google I/O is another developer conference similar to WWDC, but this time it's run by Google. And they're going to be talking about what's going to be coming out in the future of Google. So obviously a lot of things happened at Google I/O. I'm not going to mention every single little detail. I'm just going to mention what I thought was somewhat interesting. So first off, Android announced Google L. Google L is their next version of Android and it doesn't have an official name yet, so it just is called L. It's actually going to have a new UI design. This will be a cross-platform design called Material Design. It's made to be run on Android phones, on Android tablets, but as well as possibly like desktops that are running the Chrome OS. Or also just Google services like Google Drive and whatnot. Along with the new Material Design UI, a lot of performance increases are supposed to happen, like the entire OS is supposed to be run at 60 frames per second. It'll also be 64-bit compatible. It's apparently also supposed to be compatible with possible 3D games in the future. There's just going to be tons of little changes and new features. Also, one of the new features is it's going to kind of know if you're in a secure location, and if you're in a secure location, then you won't have to actually enter your password to enter your phone. And with the whole secure location thing mentioned, I have to mention Android Wear. Android Wear is a new SDK that Google is launching, and basically it's kind of self-explanatory. It's a new UI for like smartwatches. The UI on Google Wear is going to be very simple. It's basically powered by Google Now, and it's going to have a little touchscreen interface, and it's going to be talking to the smartwatch a lot. It's going to do a lot. It's going to let you check notifications, make phone calls, set reminders, set calendar dates, and tons of stuff. If you're interested in getting an Android smartwatch, then you can actually get one now. For $230, you can get the LG G Watch. Or for $200, you can get the Samsung Gear Live. Both of these are in the Google Play Store. And if you want to wait a bit longer, you can get the Moto 360, which will be coming out later this summer. Moving on though, and continuing to talk about where Android's going, now they're also going to the car with Android Auto. It's another simple UI similar to Google Wear, but instead of it being on your wrist, it's going to be on a screen in your car. There's going to be shortcut buttons to access like your locations, your GPS, your music, and all that stuff. Obviously, because it's a Google service, Google's going to have their own Google Maps built into this UI. And it's all going to be powered through your smartphone, which I'm guessing is going to have to be an Android phone. But with that said, Google is still pretty good with using multiple platforms, so maybe like an iPhone could possibly still work on Android Auto. But then again, maybe not. With Android now going to your wrist and to your car, what about the TV? Well, there is the Chromecast. Google is doing some updates with the Chromecast. The only notable thing I'm going to mention though is now you can actually cast things to your Chromecast, like send a YouTube video or something to your Chromecast, even if you're not on the same Wi-Fi network, which is a really awesome thing. But with TVs mentioned, Android's coming out with Android TV, which is not like a box or anything like the Chromecast or the Apple TV or the Roku. It's just its own OS. It's obviously going to be able to play YouTube videos and watch movies and Netflix and all that stuff, but also it seems to be pretty geared towards gaming. With Android TV devices launched, we should be seeing some like Android controllers or something to connect to these Android TVs, and we should see some pretty decent Android titles coming to the big screen. Moving away from TVs and watches and cars and all that, let's talk about laptops, like, I don't know, a Chromebook? The Chrome OS is going to be getting some updates, and it's pretty much going to be talking more with Android devices. But one of the big things with Android devices that's coming to the Chromebooks, or the Chrome OS I should say, is Android apps are going to be soon compatible with Chromebooks. And the fact that I might be able to run Android apps on a Chromebook is a really great idea because, well, the Chromebooks aren't that great. The Chrome OS in general isn't that great, not a whole lot of support. But with all the Android apps possibly coming to Chromebooks, that's awesome. So guys, that is the video for today, and sorry that's not everything with Google I/O, that's just the basic things I felt like I should mention. If you want to see more things that happen at Google I/O, you can check the link down below, or links, I'm not sure. I'll try to find some other articles from other websites that has more information about Google I/O. Anyway guys, like this video, subscribe, and share with your friends, help the channel out any way you can. Anyway guys, my name's Eric, this is Tech Inside, and I'm signing out.